So, February was my birth month, and it was a big milestone for me. And I don't know about you, but usually when I get to my birthday every year, I tend to have the birthday blues and get really sad and have an existential crisis and all the rest. Maybe it's the Pisces person in me, but that's just the way how I feel every year. And I started to realize that I was putting a lot of pressure on myself for things that, for the most part, I had no control over, like getting older. I find now in these past 2 years or 3 years or so that I'm more accepting of the idea of getting older. And it has nothing to do with your face getting age spots and wrinkles and all these different things. It was more about the life I had planned for me and what I thought I would have achieved by now, and kind of setting up myself kind of hard for things that I didn't have. And it happens every year. You know, you go into retrospection another year older. What does that mean? And I just got really depressed and I was not going to celebrate. In addition to, I had a lot of people who were close to me who passed on, and it seems to be really close to my birthday that these things would tend to happen. And I felt really overwhelmed. I am an artist by profession. I am a performer, cultural practitioner. I am an entrepreneur, all these different things. And it is the pressure as well, being successful or expected to be a type of successful because you are a particular age or you are in a particular bracket within an age group. And I just felt myself spiraling out of control. And I told my husband I wasn't going to celebrate it. The end of the last year, I didn't even wait for this year. I said last year I am not having a birthday. And you know, when he sat with me and we began to unpack it, he would ask me things like, okay, so what are the things that you are grateful for? You say that a lot of people have passed, a lot of people have not been able to celebrate with you. And even though that has occurred and we are in grief mode, what are some of the things you're still grateful for? And we started to unpack the idea of joy and what that looks like for me, what success looks like for me. And as I started to peel back the onion of my life, I realized that life wasn't that bad. And, there's still people who are still around, who are still with me. There are still friends of those people who have passed on. And a lot of people really care about, my development and my well being and making sure that I'm a decent human being and that life really wasn't all that bad. And I think a lot of us who have the birthday blues, that can happen a lot more as we get older. When you're younger, we have a lot of parties, or most of y'all, because I didn't have much parties. I grew up very humble. We didn't have a lot of money. So things were not as extravagant as others. I would go to my friends' parties and I would see certain things. I think I've had one party, maybe two in all my life, and one was really a party. The first one was just a makeshift something of friends. But that one was my sweet 16 party, and I really wanted to make a big deal out of it. And it was a house party, and it was really cool. And yeah. But this year, I decided to go all out. I decided that I'm gonna not only have a party, I'm gonna have a costume ball, a fairy costume ball. And a lot of my friends know me from cosplaying, masquerade, as we say here in the Caribbean, and just performing. And that's where I get my life to be a part of art in a performative way, in a performative aspect. And what does that mean? And how does it look for me? And looking at things that make me happy. And I decided that I was going to just go all out, and I did. And I had, I think, the best birthday ever. It was semi sweet because some people that I really wanted to be there couldn't be there because they're not here, physically with me, but they are there in spirit. I knew they were there, and I was smiling the entire night. I have some amazing friends who do not masquerade or cosplay, and they turned up in their costumes, and just being around really good friends and being around really good people, even without the party, during the actual day of my birthday. Um, People called in and asked how I was doing. I did a lot of meditation. I did a lot of retrospection, good retrospection of the self, and feeling proud of what I do have. It may not be a lot as many others, but it's a lot more than I expected. I would say don't put a lot of pressure on yourself to be perfect. Do not be consumed by the world's idea of success. Celebrate your life in every which way possible, not just your birthday, every day, and take it one day at a time. There's so much going on in the world right now that sometimes things do not make sense. And we try to not see it because it's easier just to put it in the back of our minds and just live our lives. But at some point, you're going to have to unpack it. But I believe if you are gentle with yourself and you give yourself grace each step of the way, you're going to be able to see yourself the way how you truly see yourself successful, whatever that success looks like for you. But a level of peace and joy will be attached to it, not caring what anybody thinks and not caring about anything that really doesn't give you fulfillment. So if there's anybody out there who is about to have a birthday, whether it is this year or later down the road, my channel is very small, so I have no idea where this will go. But if you stumble upon this video and you are about to have a birthday, happy birthday. Glad you're still here. But I will say too, whether it is a big fancy costume ball or if it is just by yourself having a really good peaceful day, know that your day matters. Know that you are cherished and loved, even if it is from me, a random stranger you have never met on the internet. And know that success is not defined by what other people make for you. Success is defined by what you make of yourself. So, with that being said, I am the Afro fairy goddess. Don't forget to believe in your magic. Bye.